Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I've done some Ultrakill. That's your 9 souls. I see. There he is, Gur. Why Gur? Hello. You can keep watching it. The stream ain't gonna start for another like 2 minutes. You can mute the stream. I'm still trying to decide what we're going to do today. I'm obviously happy to do Cybergrind review because that's obviously productive. Got 7 new submissions since our last one. Hello, Mr. Real Mr. Siraj. I think that says. Hi. Oh, it's Ali. Hello. I mean, I'm doing great. I'm just chilling right now. That's time for me to grab something to eat. Yeah, go for it. Grab some snacks. Let's get comfortable. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. Yeah, that's Eugenics. This is Flush. I love Flush. I don't even have Ultrakill open. Hold up. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Ugh, I just saw the boss rush mod got updated. Black. It's gonna type out the lyrics to Jump Like a Kitty earlier? Yeah. Tempted to try Eugenics. My game time slots are full. Fine. I mean, I'm kind of alternating between a couple games right now myself. I've got Dead by Daylight on the back burner. Goblin America came out. I don't know if you guys know what Goblin America is, but it's kind of like a Cruelty Squad like. A bit of an immersive sim. It's very fun. Baldy versus Squidward vid. Okay, dude. It is core Brock Light Lord. I hate bosses, yeah. I strongly detest bosses in Ultrakill. Mainly Garyon. Like, it's one thing that, you know, oh, you get to do all the bosses in Ultrakill. But it's another thing that Garyon is getting updated now. It's like, ugh, do I really want to, you know? Well, everyone joining the stream, feel free to chat, don't be shy. Oh my god. Music is jamming. Let me just get Ultrakill showing. Sure, I can keep it on. Yeah. Perfecto. Alright. I don't think there's been any new custom levels, unfortunately. Also, Oofnik. I've been trying to do those, pump caches off of rockets. It's kind of nice because you can actually do a rocket dive into a pump cache. So you can technically, you know... Well, unless you're bad like me. It's a tight timing. Like that, you can do a pump cache off of a rocket dive. Kind of practice that lately. It's quite cool. Checking out Goblin America's Steam page. Some of the recoil mechanics. The movement is really nice. Like, the movement at first might feel a bit weird, But once you get used to it, it feels really, really good. Like, anytime you shoot any surface, if you're close to it, you bounce off of that surface in the direction opposite of the wall that is there. So it's like, you can wall bounce, and then you can, like, you know, you have like dives that you can do, a lot similar to Ultrakill, actually. It's a very floaty game, and the combat's kind of fun. It's a bit difficult, though. The game is kind of difficult. Hello, camera collector. Re-envisioned Encore? What do you mean? Oh! Oh yeah, I know about those. Yeah, re-envisioned. Is that what these are? Is that what they stand for? Or do they have their own Encore levels? Secret level on re-envisioned? Should I try to get it? Where'd at? There it is. What do you think? Should I try to go for it? Has very good music from what I can tell? Yeah, it does. Pretty low, crunchy. How about now? Yeah, I know there's that one door. I just need to get the 2 skulls for it. Pardon me, I'm kind of enjoying my Mugenics music. I don't much care for, Alright, it's shotgun time. I forgot. Okay, really, coins? Oopsie daisies. I have no whiplash. And I'm gonna fall. Forgot I have no whiplash. Something to get used to. Okay. Nice going, drones. You need to watch out for the red. Oops. Man, it's just not the same. I have no SRS. That's the red skull. I'm gonna need that for the door, I believe. No whiplash? Yeah. Alright, now... Yeah, it went that way. And I'm supposed to put the red skull here. Oh. Man, I suck at this. And 3 conductions and didn't even kill a schism. Sad days. Alright, so I'm gonna need this blue skull. Oh, that's how we're supposed to go. It's right back here. I'm back. Goodbye. I tried to rocket that guy. Alright, so yeah, I need this blue skull for that, but I can just do this now, right? Yeah, I go through here, and then the red skull should be right here. And I grab that, and I'm good to go. Perfect. Should have that done. E-rank. Find secret exit. Alright, what's this all about? Hello? Full arsenal. Wait, what? What did it say? Wait, do I have... Yes! Thank you. Okay. Okay. No. I suppose not. Not exactly sure where to go. Oh, it's in here. Okay. Easy peasy. I suck. I can never land those. That was the silliest thing I've ever done. What's the deal? There's like, I thought there'd be some like gimmick here. Oh, there's an eye. Yep, I feel it. That's the gimmick. I just didn't take hits. Wow. Call me lucky. Oh my god. I didn't even notice there was an eye looking at me the whole time. Here. Let's get this going. Bit louder to fit the scene. I suck. Oh, that's right. Alright, I die, yeah. Easy one shot. There's just so much noise. Why are you still alive? Oh, right. Deathcatcher's still alive. Is Deathcatcher in there? Am I stupid? I genuinely can't tell. Oh. Okay. That's so stupid. Oh, I don't like that these things are being hidden from me in this way. Especially death catchers. Because they don't have that little line that can at least communicate where they are. Really? There we go. So I guess, rule of thumb, just follow wherever you're supposed to go originally. Hello. Come on. Can we reach that from there? Ah. And then somehow it put it on cooldown. Ah. Alright, buddy, can you die now? Wait, what? What are you saying? Vicky, nobody likes you. What? Better take punch. Okay, we're playing bingo with me, huh? PC? PC? Ah, we're doing this now. It's gonna be Radiant. Bet you anything. Bet you literally anything. Yep, there we go. Dude. Goodbye. Is that it? Wow, that was it? No. I mean, okay. Falco's a visionary? Whoa. Yeah, I failed the Virtue one shot. For some reason my punch didn't connect in the hit stop. I must have turned too soon. Ah. And then it's... Stinking Lust. Is there anything else I can do here in Lust? Like a secret level or anything? Do you guys know? I mean, it's just short level up. Can I go for Lust? Did you do the... I didn't do the Gluttony P door, no. Oh, do I need to P rank this or no? Need to P rank, RBE. No? Okay, good. I hate this level. This level genuinely pissed me off to no end, so... Hooey. Yeah, okay, I need to follow the spine. This was what I have learned from many comments on my video. I need to follow the spine. So far, matching up pretty well. Where I'm supposed to go. Why I suck. Yeah, you literally 1 health. Holy. Yeah, this level creator's obsession with drones and tiny flying things is absurd. Sorry, scratching my eye. Look at this stuff. Look at that. Who wants all that noise? Probably 1 left still. Just checking. Okay, good. Oops. Following the spine. I'm assuming it's gonna end up taking me to that one room that saw no use. Yeah, about here is where I expect it to take me. Gotcha. Okay. What? Where's the idol? Where's the idol? Am I supposed to kill every... I'm supposed to kill every enemy, aren't I? Yeah, okay, so the servers just get stuck on the other side. And then what? Oh, okay. Really? Cool. Oh my gosh. These tiny hallways are not very Brocklight friendly. Oh my gosh. Dude. I'm not going straight back to the beginning, am I? Is there something else waiting for me? Or did I went to the beginning, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Ugh. I'm going backwards again, aren't I? Am I? I really can't tell. I can't tell which direction I'm going at any time. Dude. Am I going all the way back to the beginning now? I can't jump? Okay. Can I move on now? Okay. No reason for that. Okay, do I go down here now, or is this where I came from? I go down here. Jesus. Okay, well, how do I get in there? I really don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Am I like supposed to shoot the eye or something? Like... I'm so confused. Is there an enemy somewhere I'm supposed to kill? Like... Am I supposed to do this? Guys, what the hell? Around the wall. What do you mean around the wall? I'm going around back and forth. Oh, over here? Really, dude? It's not even... Okay. Not even a real edible break. I'm starting to hate this level. This is just tedious. And my question is, what's the point in hiding the idols? This makes for like a hide and seek fucking scavenger hunt as opposed to like actually playing the game. What now? Okay, it's one of these. Is that enough? Ah. Okay, nice job, drone. Welcome to artificial difficulty the game. Station familiar, I've been here before during the first cycle. It was a glorious battle. Is this the Prime Soul thing? Everyone kept telling me about a Prime Soul. This is a cool little reversal. No? Is there no Prime Soul thing? 1 billion, yeah, 1 billion idols is correct. That's the credits. So is that it? Did I beat it? Free prize S level. I mean, it's I don't know. That was just kind of like a needlessly tedious level, I would say. Like that part at least. Like, why would they try to hide the idols? Like, what's the point in making you, check every corner? Like, at no point in the game are you supposed to do that. Like, ever in Ultrakill. And you know why? Because it's not fun. Got through it all. GG. Okay. Well, I was not impressed, I will say. I kind of feel like doing one more thing before we do... What's it called? Cybergrind review? Hello, Callie. Yeah, we're doing Cybergrind review today. It's like having limited ammo. Yeah, you could say that. Also, thank you, Ollie. I saw your other message. Well, that's because pain atrophy is genuinely difficult, and the Prime Sanctum is needlessly tedious and artificially difficult. As in, let's put you in a room with some invincible enemies, and the only way that you can kill them is if you play a scavenger hunt, which is not Ultrakill. That is a scavenger hunt. That is Mecha Chameleon. Suddenly we're playing Mecha Chameleon in Ultrakill. Mecha Chameleon's fun, but we're given all the tools that we have in Ultrakill just to reduce it to, oh, now you're fist and move guy. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to be reduced to fist and move guy? That's not V1 anymore. That's just dumb. I can't wait to get my hands on making a level, because I want to try to make a level that executes all of the pillars of great level design that I believe in, to see if if I'm crazy or not, because I don't know. Break idle guy, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do one run of pain atrophy, and then after this, we'll jump straight into Cybergrind review. Just to get the gears turning. Love you, sentries. I love that you're not fixed yet. It's really cool. Love you, Virtue one-shots. Hey. Mm-hmm. Oh. Perfect. Literally perfect. I forgot this is the patched version. In the patched version, which what's their face gave me, they made the sentry have 1 health. Which is pretty nice. Wow, thank you, Magnet, for causing my rocket to explode on me. Very amazing. Dude, okay, fuck off. Alright, well, I made a promise. Actually, why did I close Ultrakill? I might want to show examples. I'm gonna open it, but... Alright. Music down. Let's get Desert in here. Alright. Let us commence with the Cybergrind review. I fucking hate Moray. Sorry, yeah, it's off to a great start. Hey, we only have 2 new ones. Damn. Is anyone in here that has submitted a run? Can you see my chat? Yeah, I can see your chat. Hello. Hello, Lena Blake. Just don't enjoy that sort of GP. Gameplay, I'm assuming GP is. I've been having good runs as of late. Yeah, it happens. Well, we have Equinox here. I don't know if Equinox is in the stream, but we can always start with Equinox. But why don't we start with something more simple? Perhaps Joykill? This is a really funny picture. The scavenger hunt gameplay? Hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Is Joykill online? They are. I will ping them to let them know they're being reacted to. Oops. Or reviewed, I mean. Do, 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 do. Boom, 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 boom. Is there any sound? There is, just quiet. Okay. Let's see what was said. Is it okay if I submit 4-side runs? If you want, I'm probably not going to criticize them though, because I don't know, it's not an official game mode. I'm more here to support those who are, you know, playing the game normally. Alright, let's see what Joykill is saying. Video info, full gameplay my personal best wave 62 run on Brutal Fraud. I was kind of asleep at the start, but locked in around round 33. Round. I don't know why. I mean, it's R33, but sorry. My brain completely rewrote wave as round. Hello, Moonwall. I've improved a lot in Ultrakill because of your videos. Hell yeah. Happy to hear that. The only reason why I make these videos, by the way, is because I really want people to be able to experience Ultrakill to the fullest extent. I don't want to tell people how to play the game. I just want to show people how to do the thing they're trying to do correctly. That's all I want to do. And obviously, it's optional for those who are looking for that kind of info, because I would never try to force someone into that. But also show people things that they may not ever be able to guess on their own. Anyway, God, I love seeing you, Jackhammer. I keep missing my whiplash. Sucks to hear. Look at my own VODs. Can't see any major mistakes I'm making. How do you focus on key targets under so much visual clutter? Also, I need to know how to not do that self-nuke while trying to double hammer boost. Gotcha. No copyrighted music, only in-game sounds and music. Okay, so I won't be able to tell. Oopsie daisies. Yeah, I'm gonna just put me in the sandbox for now. But I won't be able to tell exactly the frame rate. Wow, the bit rate's crazy. Frame rate doesn't seem so bad though. Oh wow. Oh wow, it's hard to tell. Okay, am I able to improve this? Nope. That's the highest quality, I think. Wait, we're back. Oh, no, we're not. We're back-ish. Oh dear. Excuse me. There you go. Double ferryman. Alright, what are we up to here? Real coin combo, decent. Dealt with 2 ferrymen. Almost. Okay. Fupping. So it seems like we're honestly dealing with a decent frame rate here. Because I don't think we're going to see any frame rate issues when it comes to double hammer boosts. I'm wondering what your technique is going to look like. Yeah, I'm assuming we're triple hammer here. Very nice charge back. So far, nothing crazy, though this is wave 25, so... Okay. Yeah, we are kind of autopiloting, as the submitter said. Yeah, you could argue that it's visual clutter. I mean, it's going to get more and more cluttered as they go on, but wave start's decent. They understand how to use their nail guns and such. I haven't been paying attention. Are they using ADA? Okay, we've got special waves. How are we doing with powers? Are we just gonna burst them down? Yeah, I think we're just gonna burst them down. Ooh. Love to see that. The chainsaw hammer boost is so brilliant. Oh my god, why does it keep buffering? I might have to turn the thing down. Yeah, it can't be so bad. Maybe it was just the very beginning. I don't like that it keeps buffering. It's still watchable. We're doing a lot of hit stop nukes, which I like to see. It seems like our rail cannon comprehension is pretty good. Yeah, you want to be careful when you're doing a double hammer boost because the direction your rocket's moving in will send the core flying in that direction as well after the first hit stop. Okay, how do we deal with providences? Is this violent? No, it's not. Oh, it slipped on oil. Sorry. Yeah. Wow. Honestly, I haven't parried a Providence like a single time in the Cybergrind, so honestly, I shouldn't be impressed, but I am. Why are we buffering so much? What the hell? What did I do to deserve this? I've never buffered this much. Decent conduction. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is very automatic, I will say. Especially, AEA is very automatic, so I don't really have much to say. Good thing you didn't rocket ride there, you would have died. Nice. RTC nuke, beautiful. And not the flicker nuke kind. Oof, that's rough. I see they're counting their rocket rides. They've got the mod. Very nice. And now they should come back unscathed. Honestly, it was sloppy at first. You should, especially when there's a Mirror Reaper, you should definitely keep moving around because you took a huge risk by trying to dash through the Ferryman Lightning. Especially when you're running the Korjuk Jackhammer, you can really take those engagements at long range against powers. So like doing that thing that you did where you dashed into the lightning to try to go past it, about here, I would not have recommended that. I mean, number one, being below a power when they're doing Greatsword makes it really difficult for you to parry them because your falling velocity is really hard to judge. And if you whiplash while they're trying to go down, they might just go up and you miss entirely, and then you get a bunch of hard damage, which ends up happening for the most part here. You suck up a lot of hard damage because the power's angle was changed because of the direction that you dashed into. Yeah, and you wouldn't have to deal with the Mirror Reaper trying to hit you from off stage, or on stage, I mean. Okay. Yeah, fun fact about Meepers, this is a bug currently, but I fully endorse it. Meepers give you like completely full style whenever you do a conduction combo on them with the jump start. Like boom, I just instantly got max style from that. I would say abuse that as much as humanly possible because it's pretty easy to get jumpstart value on them. Are you putting gas into this guy? Because if you put gas into this guy, it will cause the gas to fall down slowly over time because it's weighed down by gravity. Which means that later into the wave, instead of applying gas all over the map, you can have it apply basically automatically. You see? And without having to put gas. I would recommend putting gas on the map in general though. Putting some in the sky and on the map is really good. But putting some in the sky first means that you don't have to adjust for the map changing, and then putting gas in certain places that are advantageous. Oh dear. that a Raichu? That's a normal Virtue. I thought one of those items was Radiant. I was dead wrong. Interesting. I don't know why we're starting to panic now. Maybe you... I haven't seen you really... The times that I've seen you fight flying enemies, it's been a bit rough on your end. I'm assuming what gets you later is going to be enemy combinations, because you don't really fight a lot of uncommons in pairs until like wave 30. That is a fun fact, by the way. There is a wave limit that once you cross, you can see 2 uncommons in the same wave. But before that point, you can only see 1. So something to consider. Huge. Instant style. Yeah, you definitely struggle to fight powers. That much is obvious. No, my brain was assuming that it was a Radiant Idol, which also doesn't spawn for a while, but my brain thought Radiant Idol because we were dealing with those earlier today. It's plaguing my mind. I thought they broke a Radiant Idol and it caused one of the virtues to become Radiant. Yeah, I'm going for the style points. That's... dude. I love Radiant Soldiers so much. Going for some Death Star action. Oof. You really like using the Korajek Jackhammer above all. Yeah, I don't know why you're not going straight for these virtues. Ah, okay, so you do know the combo, at the very least. The one shot. One thing I will say though, when you anticipate using the one-shot combo on virtues, the one thing that is really nice about it is that you save your hammer from going on cooldown, right? So the point of that is so that you can use your hammer and put it on cooldown, right? You want to have that extra 4 damage no matter what you're doing. So like for instance, if I have, you know, an Insur and 2 virtues, if I want to do the one-shot combo, it's because I'm saving to be able to use my red hit on something that needs the red hit, you know what I mean? Something that is far more valuable to have that red hit on, like an Insur. Because that deals 15 damage to the Insur, plus the 1 pump we can get 18.5, right? As opposed to getting 13.5, or no, 12.5 damage, right? So the point being is that the reason why you want to do the yellow hit with the hammer nowadays is so that you can spend the red hit on something that needs it, you know what I mean? Otherwise, you've just, you know, done yellow hits, and doing the yellow hit one shot makes it a bit difficult for you to orient where you're trying to backblast. So usually you're going to do it into like a rocket ride or something, or like a slam cancel. So I want to say, especially since you're running, I mean, you're running triple hammer, you know what I mean? Like, you should be using red hits a lot more often, especially with this loadout. I would first of all suggest using red hits primarily with the Sawed-On Jackhammer. Like, make every hit with the Sawed-On Jackhammer a red hit. Why is the power just catatonic? Okay, I was about to say. Very nice. A lot of people don't know that you can parry that. nice. Yeah, you can parry the second hit of Glaive. A lot of people don't know that. No, don't worry. I'm here to educate. You can ask all the questions you want. Skill issue? Yeah, I guess so. So you are confident in your power parries, that's for sure. But to be fair, they were kind of the only enemies on the arena. So we really gotta be looking for more complex arenas here. Because you have no problem here, like in like the 40s until the 50s. Yeah, like if you had just used a red hit on this hideous mass at one point, you probably would have just killed it outright. But now you have to play this little dancing game, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be aggressive with those red hits. Because having to deal with that while dealing with other enemies, especially, like, imagine if that was 10 waves up, right? The enemies would be far more difficult in that situation. Oh, the lag is setting in, okay. Is this yeah, this is volumetric. Skyboxes. I just realized. Something that also might help is a bit of a contrast between your arena and the rest of the Cybergrind. Because you currently have like a gray on blue thing going, which is aesthetically appealing. But like you can barely tell what's right here. You know what I mean? You can tell there's enemies, but like you can hardly tell there's stairs here, going stairs here, and you need to be able to see these things in the heat of battle so that you can make adequate plays. What are we talking about? No, we're talking about E-Rail and Core. Ah, yeah, okay. You mentioned earlier about DHBs and doing them incorrectly. That's because you did this, right? Doing this, whenever you try to hammer boost this way, basically, the core is going to go flying behind you, right? And because at certain angles, if your frame rate is low, or if it's just too steep, it'll cause the core to fly behind you and then get hit by the hit scan, because the core would have just barely been within the reach of your crosshair. It's very important to consider this one fact, which is whenever you hammer boost an object, right, it just follows your crosshair. It doesn't come from the center. It comes from wherever the object was into your crosshair, right? So, like, if I have the object right here, okay, right here, there you go. Oh my god, am I stupid? I'm trying to, yeah, like, that's what I'm trying to do, right? Basically, it has to come from the object into your crosshair, and if there's things in the way, it will intercept the thing and then try to, you know, hit your crosshair. Normally, that'll cause explosions on walls, but also imagine this wall is a core, right? Because the core is flying out of the radius of me being able to hit it, it suddenly becomes an object that can detonate, and it becomes in the way of whoever this is. So what you can do, and this is what most people do, they try to make sure that the core is behind them whenever they're doing a hammer boost. It also helps sometimes, I think this also works. Yeah, if you jump while doing this, if you jump during the hit stop of hitting the rocket, it'll more often than not cause the core to jump with you, basically. So like, yeah, like that. You see how the core didn't fly behind me and instead went upwards a little bit and then fell? That's because I jumped off of the rocket during the hit stop, which causes the core to follow my new velocity of me jumping. And you should definitely try doing that more often if you want to try. Yeah, you see that? See the direction you were moving here? See, you're moving in this direction, wherever this rocket is pointed. The core wants to go in this direction. So if you're hitting the rocket here, the core is here, its new position on the next frame is going to be over here, which means that it's not close to the rocket, which means you're not going to hit it. Right? See? It goes in this direction. So you need to be very mindful of that whenever you're doing a double hammer boost. That's why jumping really, really helps. Rocket dives can also help to some extent if you're diving in the direction that the core is moving. I stream every Saturday, and I want to stream kind of occasionally on other dates, but I just need to pick out what those dates are. Maybe I'll do random streams every once in a while. I just don't know what I would do in those streams. Oh, what the hell just happened? Huh? Okay, well this is cool. Yeah, Powers, totally normal enemy. Nothing wrong with Powers at all. We should not get any more hotfixes. This is just the coolest thing ever. I'm sure this is the only one instance of this bug ever happening ever. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. I hate Powers. You know that is too. Their freaking body is... Oh! Wowie. Oh my... Delicious. I think he killed like 2 powers there. Definitely worth it. Very nice. I mean, I really can't say anything. You won the CG lottery and you got a bunch of enemies that would die to a Death Star. A coin ad? I don't think so. I mean, it just did like a coin Death Star. Death Star coin, whatever you want to call it. Wave 50, alright. Here's where we should expect the more difficult enemies to come up. There's Ratchus. Yeah, there you go. You always want to burn. I will say this to the end of time. You gotta burn your red hits like that, man. Especially on Ratchus. If you can get that overpump thing going, it's nice, but there you were at low health and you needed the Sawdon, you needed the red hit. You need to become way more comfortable with doing that as you go on in the Cybergrind, so that is promising to say the least. But I'm sure that was just like your only option, you didn't plan that. Very nice movement there. I think that was an attempted double hammer boost. It was, yeah, and the core went behind you again. Yeah, you definitely got to be jumping. Cash star. That's funny. Yeah, you definitely got to practice your rad shoe combos, I think. Because you can't always just burn a red hit. You need to burn a red hit and then some. Very nice parry, though. Yeah. After a little bit of hide and seek with some fodder enemies, you finally progress. Production is decent. It's fine. The only thing that's really good for it nowadays is style. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, I will say, you don't appear to be using the health bars. You're holding on to your rail cannon here. I will say, you're not using the screwdriver at all. At times where using a screwdriver would be really helpful. Now you played coy and you're able to survive, but if you had just screwdriver the hideous mass or the insert, you would have been safe. Literally, this wave would have been 100% a done deal. You didn't use your rail cannon the whole wave because you were so focused on the virtues. I mean, it happens. I still do that sometimes, but one thing that a lot of players have conditioned themselves to do is try to burn a screwdriver or a malrail as quickly as they can into a wave, depending on the enemies they're up against. Malrail would have been terrible against all the virtues, and I'm sure you knew that. But you had the better option of the screwdriver there, and you didn't take it. Another insert, wow. Okay, a little bit of a rail point combo. Very, very nice. Wow, you almost got the whole 9 yards. Jesus. Should have parried the mortar. Did. Oh, that's a Sanded Providence. Amazing. It sucks so bad that a Hammer Boost plus Slab leaves a Providence at 0.25 health. It's so sad. Very nice. Oh, Jesus. Excuse me. Yeah, you're just kind of finagling depending on this conduction here. Yeah, at a certain point, conduction works, but you can't always rely on it. Like, you really gotta focus on that, Maurice. He is causing you so much trouble. Gotta make sure we're recording. Oof. Yeah, here we are panicking. But, I mean, it's a done deal. You're getting to wave 60 as long as you play passive. Dude. You need to chill. Oh my god. Wave 60, there you go. Very nice. Against handed enemies, playing passively is very strong. Oof. You really wanted to hit stop nuke, but it doesn't matter, the wave's over. I want to see what you lose to now here. I have a funny feeling that a screwdriver is going to go a long way in this next wave. Yep, screwdriver the answer. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah. If you had screwdriver that insert, you probably wouldn't have had any of that hard damage. You could have confidently gone back to that insert, and like you just minimize your options there by not spending your rail cannon. I'm telling you, my #1 suggestion for you: use the screwdriver. You gotta use it on these high waves. I mean, a Malrail definitely would have worked there if you had stayed on stage and you had relied on enemies hitting each other for friendly fire. But you would have had to rely on your movement and your parries for all that stuff, which is fine. And players can get away with that, but that's tricky. Screwdriver simplifies a lot of that, and it gives you a million more options wherever you're going. It basically enhances your macro. Screwdriver the answer. Could have screwdriver the power if you were confident in that too. That also would have worked. But yeah, no, I mean, you definitely would have wanted to use a screwdriver here. Another thing, use red hits, and you want to use red hits intentionally, right? When you were getting like those virtue waves, you were kind of just spamming red hits because you didn't really know your... I mean, it appeared you didn't easily know your combos for killing them, right? You really got to know what your insta-kill combos are for rad chews. There's quite a couple of them. Right? All you gotta do is just practice them in, you know, over here. You can also, in the sandbox. I think there's also, yeah, there's the one that I showed recently. If I didn't suck. Right? You could do an FDHB, which also kills them. I wouldn't super recommend it, unless you're really good at it, but it is something you can do, and it's very, very nice. Killing rad chews. But yeah, obviously you have Overpump into Knuckle Blaster, is a really good yellow hit kill. You can also do Knuckle Blaster, red hit with this. Okay, well, unless you're bad like me. Wow, I just did not press the right button. You know what I'm trying to do. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, gotta practice that. Usually helps if you do, yeah, I review violent runs. You can send in violent runs. Yeah, so I respect the, what's it called? I respect the hit stop nukes. Those are always great. Yeah, those are fun. I miss those. That's probably one of my favorite things to do with the Vortex Jackhammer, but... Vortex Shotgun is just too good. Yeah, I gotta get better at doing that. But, yeah, that's been my review. Your movement's great. Your general macro is pretty good. Yeah, you shouldn't over-rely on conduction. That's kind of one thing I noticed you were doing. You're over-relying on it, which is okay. You just have to pick and choose when's the right time to do that. And you have to make sure that you get the most value with it. That being, when you have that high style, you have to make those aggressive plays. But yeah. That is done. When your style is like Dandelion? What do you mean Dandelion? Oh, you mean Damnation? Basically, I have a mod. I think it's called Better Weapon Huts. Is this it? Yeah, it's this. Someone made this for me, Cloth, in the Discord. Cloth, joined the Discord. Say thanks. Made all of these custom things for me. They look really, really cool. So, Cloth for that. Welcome back, Equinox. Can't pull off hits up nukes. Do you have any tips? I mean, I don't really know. I mean, you just have to like get with it, really. It's just one of those things you have to practice. W claw, yep, W claw. Yeah. Malrail is very bad on virtue waves. Alright, Equinox, do you want to go up next? Since you're here? Oh wow, 91, damn. Huh? Nightmare City can get auto-claimed, however, it is DMCA free if you appeal using Chamelea's website. Okay. Let's get this done. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm probably gonna skip the beginning. Oh my wow. Jesus Christ, slept. Red hit has way more hit stop, yeah. So red hit stop nukes can be a lot easier. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip ahead. Just so we're not dealing with the lower waves. Because I know you can do these waves, you don't have to tell me. Alright. Equinox likes to play in a very flashy way, so expect that. So we're wondering how to get to wave 100. Oh my god, this is so loud. Jesus Christ. There we go. Look at that. Some coinage. I love seeing that. Multi-P boost on a Maurice. It's just like flashy for no reason. Or was that my proper headset volume down? I personally, I'm kind of well, how would I say this? I'm a bit neutral on Maurice. Sometimes he's a saint, sometimes he's a piece of shit. He ended my fraud run, my fraud PB run. Oh, well, okay, it would be more fair to say that a power ended my run. Them two, they had like a fucking, oh Jesus. They had like a fuse. Ah. How have you been enjoying the Deerster lately, by the way? Equinox. I don't think you're alone. It's fair to say. I mean, I would say that my most hated enemy is the ferryman. Radiant ferryman piss me off to no end. Like, more than powers. Yeah, I mean, so far I've got nothing really to say. You're handling these in very orthodox ways. I want to see you fight some powers, I think. Yeah, rad probs are pieces of shit. I fucking hate rad providences. I just don't know what they were thinking when they were designing that enemy. It is so obnoxious. And it's just like, have, you know, the core eject jackhammer, or, you know, the enemy becomes 3 times harder. That's pretty much how you deal with them. I wouldn't say harder, it's more just like 3 times more impervious to whatever else you can do. Ah, almost a core. What's it called? Core jam. Very, very nice. Oof, yeah, you kind of struggled to kill that rat chew. Very cool. I'm surprised it didn't die to the rail coin. No, it's kind of sad that rail coins are just like... I would say they're not very strong. Equinox, how do you really feel about rail coins in the Cybergrind? You got an ADD gamer as well. There's so much bass. Yeah, you can just, it's so crunchy. Oh my god. I know, one thing I hate about Maurice's is the fact that they can hit other enemies is extremely obnoxious, and it's something you can rarely prepare for. But like, everything else is fine. Like, you usually, if you make a bad play on a Maurice, it's pretty obvious. But like, the fact that a power or a mind flayer can teleport behind you and a Maurice can shoot the mind flayer or power and instantly kill you is just so stupid. It's just dumb. I mean, and it's not even his fault. It's just the fact that mind flayer and power teleporting is just ridiculous. I really want to put V1 interrupting my coin section, asking derogatorily why anyone would use their valuable rail cannon on that. I am seething how I lost my run. I am, really. Again, it's not even his fault. He's just like, he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. To be fair, I also made a misplay leading up to that. But, like, you know, one misplay in a sea of good plays feels like shit when you die for it. You know what I mean? Never feels good when the one time you actually mess up, it's caught so badly. How do I Death Star properly? I really should make a video about that. So far, I don't really have any criticisms. I mean, you play very differently from how I do. Sawed-on shotgun is one of my least utilized weapons. You aren't doing any whip rides, which is not costing you anything so far, which is nice. Very nice parry. Yeah, I mean this. Welcome sentries to the Cybergrind. It's just forcing you to play this stupid passive game. I hate the change that they made to sentries. I would say that sentries are my least favorite enemy, but it's not necessarily their fault that they're so obnoxious. The fact that their heads get stuck inside of walls, which means that you can't interrupt them, is really stupid. But it's not their fault, that's a bug. You know what I mean? Yeah, you played that wave as best as you could. Macro-wise, I would say. Interesting. Very nice. What you hate about sentries? They actually root in the ground a lot faster than they used to. Like, they pick a spot to shoot, like, way faster. Normally, there would be, like, a good, like, 3 to 4 second delay before they would find a spot that they want to actually, like, root into, and then they'd start charging up a shot. But, now they take, like, 1 to 2 seconds. And Radiant ones just literally, like, the moment they touch the floor, they're instantly getting grounded. Like, I could show... Oh, shit. No! No! I spilled something. Hold on. I spilled my Coke. Give me a sec. I've got to dry it off. Okay, good. My button still works. The Coke seeped into one of the buttons on my laptop, but it is fine. It still works. What tips can you give to beginners? Just learn movement. That's really the big thing. Learning movement will help you learn like a good like 40% of the text in this game. And overall, just make your basic experience a lot better, because movement counters like half the enemies in this game, especially rocket riding. But yeah, stream is not lagging. All right, let's keep going. Wow, wait, I had to go on like a really difficult wave too. That sucks. Okay, this is rough. Yeah, here's where a whip ride would have gone a long way, but... And you missed a screwdriver too. Very nice. Honestly, best matchup possible for that combo. Yeah, I mean... I would have probably done something differently. I would have used whip rides to try to get back to the arena. And then maybe spam pups or something in front of the Mirror Reaper while doing a conduction combo, but... ended up working. coin tech is a movement tech. Technically, yeah. Yeah, you really don't like using hammer movement. You really only use the core jerk jackhammer and the sawed-on. Very nice chargebacks. That's one thing that I'd always recommend to new players. To exploit enemies as much as humanly possible. Like with sentries. Oh my god, dude. No way he's not. Okay, I was about to say it's a rad schism. Of course, it's always a rad schism. No way we Death Starring? Okay. #1 Ultrakill YouTube in my opinion. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Oh. Sad Death Star. Oh, and now we show off exactly why the core jerk jackhammer is ridiculous and makes all of the fart enemies look pathetic in comparison. Yeah, as I play with the core jerk shotgun more, I realize that it definitely comes with a lot of weaknesses. It is pretty much like a double-edged sword, where a lot of its tech is very it's very volatile, not only towards enemies but to you. The hammer is really good at getting you into safe positions and remaining in safe positions and playing passively. The core jerk the core jerk shotgun is extremely aggressive and self-damaging at a lot of times. It's really hard to use correctly. You Slarp coin more? Slarp coining, I'd say Slarp coin stocks are kind of up right now. I'll be honest. Alright, here we go. We're choosing the dogfight. Wait, is the power staying up because of the screwdriver? I did not know that would happen. That's actually a really interesting interaction. There you go. Very, very nice. Yeah, I feel like the Deerser buffs, they literally was screaming your name, Equinox. I cannot lie. Beautiful parry. Fight enter pass through? Yeah, about that much. The thing about Sarp coining, it's like it's so quick. Is the big thing. It's such a quick thing to do, and you can basically do it in like a group of Thurbrei, a group of Thor's machines for like really big style and really big damage. And obviously on Maurice's, you can do it to destroy their projectiles and get some nice AoE value. Holy lag. Oh my god. And the frames return. I mean, it is. Compared to other coin combos, I would say it's pretty quick. Like, it slows your game down a lot, but realistically, it only takes you like a second to do. It feels like 2 or 3, but it is definitely like 1 second. Yeah, I mean, the goal should always be to hit multiple enemies, especially on the higher level of Cybergrind. Damn, that sucks. Because doing it on one enemy, unless it's like a Gutterman, which I understand, you know, like, and that's another thing about Sarp coining. The amount of healing, like the sheer healing that you get from Sarp coining is absurd. You're basically immortal as long as you can keep the Sarp coin going. Which isn't very long, but you know, like you can stall out a lot if you just farm that style and you farm that healing. Because you gotta remember, each pass through, I mean each hit scan and each pass through is giving you a lot of healing. And depending on the enemy, it's giving you like 20 to 60 healing per pass through. Roughly. I think about 30 to 90 if it's bouncing. Yeah, it can be risky too. I personally don't like coin punching. I prefer just using it in scenarios where there's two enemies on top of each other. I find it's a lot more consistent that way. Although if you do coin punch, always take the opportunity to slurp. Always take the opportunity. Alright, here we're approaching PB territory, so I am sitting down and I'm listening. Yeah, slap Sharkshooter plus coins. Oof. Okay, yeah, here we're starting to fudge some stuff up. Slatham's pretty good too. Yeah, that's right. Decor is also really nice with Slurp Tech too. Slurp Corning? Stupid ass name. We haven't seen it on Common Wave in a bit. We're not gonna start now, I guess. Well, the nice thing about the Slabsman is that you also get a shitload of healing. Because remember, you're hitting the most proximal enemy. So if you hit the most proximal enemy on a split coin, you're getting so much fucking healing and a lot of style. You get a lot of healing and a lot of style from every hit. Although it does burn the style, like the freshness, really fast on the weapon. I saw a post, someone said that it shouldn't burn it that fast. Kind of agree. Ugh. This sucks. I just know some, like, you're gonna lose a run. You're gonna lose a run to just, like, the lag alone. Very nice. Did I depower dogfighting? Ah. Yeah, I'm praying. Okay, yeah, that was really good. Nice. Come on. It rapture jump. Ah, I didn't stomp anything. That sucks. I would have stayed there and played for the stomp, honestly. 2 Windsors next to a bunch of Mind Flayers spells good tidings for you. Wow, that was a low density wave. That Death Star honestly might have saved you. Who knows? Yeah, we play so differently. I really like it's hard for me to commentate. Our playstyles are so different. What does low density mean? Low density is when you have like a very small palette of enemies, and usually they're difficult enemies. That being like, normally a wave can have a lot of common enemies like Sword Machines, Maurices, Guttermen, Schisms, Strays, you know, all these like easy enemies relatively. But then you can also have uncommon or special enemies. Uncommon being like Virtue, Providence, and then like special being like Mind Flayer, Insert. A low density wave mostly has only uncommon and special enemies, and like little to no common enemies. Because common enemies make up most density of a wave. Like here, it's like only common enemies. Low density wave means that no common enemies means that like a good like 60% of the enemy's roster is just not in a wave, and you have only the difficult ones. Yeah, there's very little Bracco gameplay on the channel. I don't know. I feel like if I just like post gameplay, it like veers into slop territory. That's why I really only post those on shorts. It's like, you know, those who really care about that kind of content can get it there. Love Providences. W Providences. Oh my god. Yes. The brute force style. Yeah, think about Providences as well. Little known fact, they actually are like style leeches. Every single thing that a Providence does, all the damage they do. And whenever you even like grab onto those hook points and the explosion kills an enemy, all of that gives you 0 style. 0, it gives you nothing. Yeah, Rad Ferrymen are also style leeches. Yeah, now that you don't get Ride the Lightning bonuses from directing Ferryman Lightning, especially now, they give you like next to no style. It's so stupid. hate Ferryman. It is stupid. How about a second channel with random gameplay recordings? Maybe. I don't know. Would you guys want that? Is that something that people might want? I mean, I don't know. I think I'm satisfied with just the mid-weekly videos. Yeah, especially that's why I also hate Rad Ferryman. The fact that they're like next to impossible to read is just so obnoxious. Hopefully, whenever another patch of fraud comes out, that probably thing on the power no kill bonus thing gets fixed. Is it bad to waste Frail Cannon on Providence? Depends on the scenario. Usually you don't want to. But if you need the heal, like, take the opportunity, you know what I mean? If you anticipate that you're gonna need it, it's not bad. But I mean, if you're... Okay. My decree is that it's like, if it's only a Providence wave and maybe like a Death Catch or some idols, something like that, yeah. Like, you can safely burn a rail cannon, but if you're on a special wave, you more often than not want to use your screwdriver instead and just tank the Providence and kill them slowly. Oof, I would not have targeted the Maurice there. There are far more pressing enemies here. And see, now you're forced to slow play this. Very delicious style upkeep. Dude. Oh dear. Very, very nice. Only elite coin ballers? I don't think there's any there's very little elite coin ballers in the highest levels of Cybergrind, unfortunately, because it just becomes reduced to obscurity. And here we hug Maurice and pray that he lands on a power. Holy. Ah. Damn. I mean, yeah, getting blasted away from the arena. What even did it? I think it was a Serb. Yeah, I mean, this is when, like, a whip ride would have been so good. Like, imagine a whip ride here. When you get knocked off the arena with no stamina, your best option right here, whip ride. That should be your instinct, is to whip ride in this direction towards Maurice or something, you know what I mean? Should basically become your instinct, but you instead, you go for the, what's it called? Nah, I mean, go for the frickin' insta ride instead, on no stamina. You have to be this low. I mean, if you got the parry, it would have been worth it, but this is just such a huge risk to take. It's not a risk you would take. Ferryman combo, yeah. The Ferryman and power combo is ridiculous. It's the most obnoxious thing. Powers demand that you control your movement slowly, and Ferryman demand that you are running away constantly. So it just creates the most stupid thing ever. Yeah, the Ferryman Lightning is a bit too far. Yeah. And once Equinox dashed backwards instead of forwards, but hey, you know, that was a fraud PB, no? Yeah. This is exactly why I didn't see Whip Ride a single time. Like, Whip Rides are so good for situations like that. The moment you get knocked off with the arena, you know what I mean? Just Whip Ride. You don't even have to dash, right? You're moving this way. Well, unless you're bad like me and you miss. Okay. Sorry, I haven't played. Yeah, like, the moment you get the opportunity, you just Whip Ride, right? You can Whip Ride down as well if that's easier. You can Whip Ride in the direction of where you're getting blasted into, right? If that makes it easier. But yeah, this is always an option you have, and it's always an option that you should abuse. You can always just Whip Ride and then jump off the rocket, or Whip Ride dive towards that Maurice, you know what I mean? Like, Whip Rides, especially in dogfights, you like dogfighting, Whip Rides will save your life, I'm telling you. Having the option to go directly upwards in the middle of a dogfight, right? Back onto the arena, where the Maurice and the Gutterman are, is extremely valuable. So yeah. That and Whip Rides can lead to faster DHBs. Also lead to faster RTCs. Just saying. How do you avoid speed? You have to just tap it. As long as you tap the whiplash doesn't spear the rocket far away from you. The nice thing about it too, like with Insta Rides, you have to stay on the freezer and rocket launcher for just that like 0.1 seconds longer, which means that swapping to your next weapon is delayed, right? Like sure, it's like the fastest way to actually mount a rocket, but in that time that you are doing an Insta Ride, you don't actually pull out the hammer all that fast, right? As opposed to if you just did, right? Well, if I had had some RTC practice ahead of time, I'd be able to demonstrate a bit better, but yeah, you can basically swap off instantly the moment you fire the rocket, which is really convenient. So yeah, let me get off this damn thing. We're practicing pure dogfighting where I have been beaten 3 powers on a mind I've beaten 3 powers on a mind flare without touching the ground. Yeah, that's doable. I don't doubt it at all. But having more options make those fights a lot easier. Because like currently your only option is to whiplash onto the enemy, right? Parry for dash stalling, or you know, Insta Ride. Those are really your 3 options when it comes to, or hammering, but you don't seem to do a lot of hammering when it comes to melee. Oh, I suck. Damn. How the mighty have fallen. I mean, I can pull it off seamlessly in a level. I don't know why I'm being so hard on myself. I gotta practice those. There'll probably be one more, yeah. Boom. Is there anyone who would like their gameplay reviewed? There's no such thing as overkilling virtues. True. What are your thoughts on people saying higher waves of Cybergrind are easier because of the certain amounts of enemies giving a lot of blood? It's mostly true. It is mostly true that the higher waves of Cybergrind are, I mean, I wouldn't say like a lot easier, but they're a bit easier. They're quite a bit. And it actually scales a lot better. Because sort of like between wave 70 to 100, you end up with there being so many enemies for the game to select to spawn that are really evil that they will more often than not spawn large amounts of those whenever it's time for them to spawn. So like whenever one special enemy spawns, there's likely to be several other special enemies that spawn, and because there's, you know, powers and my Mirror Reapers are now in the game, the palette that it has to select from to choose the special enemies to spawn is so great that they're going to spawn more of those than common enemies now. So it's become more difficult. But the higher in the waves you go, the more often you'll actually get a decent balance between common and special enemies. So I always enemy step. Yeah, I gotta practice that for the rocket recharge. There's a guy in here who wanted it reviewed, but I think he left. Ah, okay. My run is a bit long. I'd be very happy with just a few regular waves plus some specials. I've timestamped all of them with enemy lists as well. I could do that. You did a lot during the run. Which is yours? You can ping me in the one that's yours. The wall has expanded, yeah. The wall has stretched from 70 to 90 to about 70 to 100. It was a while ago. Well, depending on how long it is, I might do it. Making myself mac and cheese, awesome sauce. Worst enemy in CG is uncommon special wave combos. They decided whether your run ends or continues. Yeah. More like 60 to 100? You could say that, I guess. Evil, sinful, Maurice playstyles. Oh, wow. Gotcha. Oh, did you post this a minute ago? No, you didn't. No, I'm an idiot. Okay. How I'd like to improve. What do I focus on? Things special waves. Like for example, how would you handle a special wave that is 1 Radu, 2 Radsers, 1 power, 1 Rad Flare? What order should I handle them? It's just an arbitrary example. Generally, depending on the map, if you can get into a space where the 2 Radsers are next to each other, and then like group up the Rad Power and the Rad Flare, 1 Screwdriver, if you farm off of the Radsers, they can usually stomp and kill either the Rad Flare or deal a lot of damage to the Rad Power. And the Rad Shoe applies like near infinite burn onto the Radsers. I think it's like a 10-second long burn for about like 20 free damage. So you can technically leave the Rad Shoe alive for a bit and then focus the Rad Shoe after they're burned. So, I mean, it really have to be played by ear. Otherwise, you could instead kill the Rad Shoe, take the Rad Power and the Rad Flare off stage, try to get the parry on the Rad Power, and yeah, maybe you put a Screwdriver on the Mind Flayer so that they're not so difficult. It seriously just depends on the map. Turn Blood off is the main one, yeah. How to utilize Trap Revolver into my playstyle more often. I didn't check, but I bet I didn't use it once in the run. Generally don't know what to do with it. Tag playstyle revolves around corralling and blowing up anything usually. Not doing anything. Okay. We talked about it earlier. Slarp, well, I don't know which sharpshooter you're using. Unfortunately, the default sharpshooter is not very good. But the Slarp is really good because the Slarp gives you a lot of healing, and it can get you decent damage in a lot of areas in the arena. You can learn Slarp Corning, which is also great for style and healing. Also gives you a lot of time to think. on what you're going to do next. But yeah, the way you want to usually incorporate the Slarp into your gameplay is to abuse it for healing primarily. Use it as like a sustain tool. Is my wave starter stupid? Like I discussed with Ender in the past. Said it was really good for style. I kind of agree. All looking for boss sometimes didn't really happen in this run. I also think I underuse coins and Deerser except for wave starter. I'd like to know what it could use in general. Revolvers. Okay. Also, I'm tripping over. There's the pause button just busted. Should I keep abusing it? No, don't abuse the pause button. You should not. I mean, I'm not saying that because it's like, you know, like taboo or it's because of anything like that. I'm just saying if you consistently pause, you're going to forget. There's so many variables that are happening at once. I'm sure you can see the variables, but like your movement, the last button you press, the last weapon you swap to, like all these things are like extremely hard to read unless you're flowing into it in the moment. And the flow state is what gets you higher waves, not pausing to read what's happening on screen. That's generally the case. Yeah, you want to practice the flow state. I'm not doing it for the commentary of the vid. It's genuinely how I play. I forgot to mention it in the vid, but I have remapped my escape key to tab to make it easier. Not only that, I feel like pause scumming to parry has a lot of potential. Can't do well on my soul, but has potential. Grinders be talking about some hit stop makes the game more comprehensible. You got a pause button. You don't got to hit things to stop the game. If the Catholic Brocco Church calling it a sin, and calling Martin Luther, it is technically a sin. And not because it's quote unquote unfair. Again, I think that you actually you don't perform better than someone who is in a flow state if you abuse the pause button. Everybody's Oscar. Right, 280 with okay. I don't know what Ultra Fumos is. So I'm never on jukebox, but disabled. Okay. Yes, all hammers. Gotcha. This looks so stupid. This is dumb. The fuck is that? Okay. Yeah, let's put this in first. I'll read the SRS thing. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I love the pause button. Okay, this is appreciated. I will be using that. I'm gonna use my rail cannon on special waves. Not exactly sure how to get implemented in the playstyle either. Most of the damage output comes from saws and nukes. Yeah, you said that. It's suck at aiming the screw. Parts need to practice and else in improved time. Screw hit stop, the yellow hit stop. Screw is variant when keep a farm completely stupid. No, I mean it happens to all of us. SRS is a weapon. What the fuck do I do with it? Feels too single target to be used for my playstyle. Not powerful enough against stuff like rad players. It's definitely powerful enough against stuff like rad players. Seeing people dunk sentries, I guess you can just kill them with a yellow hit, one pump jackhammer anyway. Like you do with the return skills, so why bother? I think I don't know how to handle some specials. Specifically rad flare, rad tear. Dealing with a flare feels like movie. I mean, first of all, like Cannonball is extremely good. It's just really good burst. Like you can get 12 damage burst against anything, and that's always good. Removing one threat from the game makes a huge difference. Like a lot of Ultrakill is 1v1s and managing crowds, right? And if you're saying your whole playstyle is managing crowds, sure, but the 1v1 aspect is extremely important. And the cannonballs are insane against, you know, enemies like what's it called? Instars, obviously, for very particular reasons. I personally forget to use the SRS, but like the point of the SRS is that you can swap to it, and within like a quarter of a second, you can instantly deal 12 damage. You know what I mean? And that's key. 12 damage is 12 damage. Heard of Ultra Droid? No, I have not. Oh, I gotta reload my page. All right. Also, says pause shit ain't no sin, no cap on Brocco. God, the Brocco Bible is wrong about this being a Brocco sin. I panicked so much was mitigated by the pause button. We'll be the judge of that. Okay. Mic is on.
Hello, this is my Cybergrind submission. Only mod I have that's relevant is Ultrafumos.
Oh, that's what it is. Ultrafumos, got it.
Many takes, none of them satisfactory.
Kind of gets used to spamming it. Kind of flow while spamming.
For my revolvers, I have DTA. For my shotguns, I have all hammers, and I have AAD for my nail guns. I keep like commentating everything I do, putting in so much effort, and then immediately out of nowhere I die at 60 because I'm bad at the video game. 1 sec, let me just disable that.
Jesus, holy style! That is an interesting start.
A lot more, so yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, if you're doing Cybergrind on Big Cut, please mark it.
I mean, that's clearly a bug, but I mean, I support the creativity. Alright, let's just watch for now, and then I'll do timestamps later.
Failed RTC nuke, but it doesn't matter because somehow I straight up just hit the core on the guy anyway. Hey, wait, why was I RTC nuking a stray? I think that's
because it's beast mode.
Question. Whatever.
I was convinced this was not the run for a while. Jesus, style. Oh my lord. Alright, yeah, let's skip to the middle, you said. We'll do insert power. Why not?
Stay low, I need the rad flare to come to me. Probably
yeah, you have a very passive playstyle.
Yeah, sure.
I can already tell. And it can definitely pay off, but it is going to be the thing that absolutely destroys you in later waves. Dude.
God, I parried that. On my life, I parried. Something is brewing with that guy. Yeah. He's about to land, I just... Yep. Alright, time to handle you. Straight up this.
Yeah, you need to be able to listen to audio cues, because audio cues are going to tell you... Like right here, SRS would have been insane. I don't know if you know this, but oopsie daisies. Inserts have a specific sound effect that they make for each different attack pattern. Right, so for that, they make that sound. They make this sound every time they're doing a side swipe. Same thing for that, and do an up swipe, come on, bro. Yeah, you see? All they change is the pitch. But you can judge what attack they're about to make based entirely around the sound they're making. And it may be hard to hear sometimes, but it is really, really useful if you can't see the insert. I always mess up that parry, I don't know why. The straightforward ones. Wow, I suck. Why do you guys even watch me, bro? But yeah, this is something that's very important to pay attention to. I'm gonna land a parry. Dude, why am I so god-awful? Oh my god. Maybe I should look at the damn thing. Guys, I'm being stubborn. It's happening again. There we go. Yeah, being able to shut down an insert with an SRS is extremely useful. Then your damn parries. It's, listen, it is just, to be fair, I haven't been playing Ultrakill for the past hour. I've been reviewing people playing Ultrakill. So it's hard to lock back in on parries when I'm not in an active combat scenario.
Cool, thank you.
Man, the amount of style from that is just insane.
There's a 1 million IQ. 1 million. That's like 1 million Among Us IQ moment gone.
Yeah, okay. 1 million Among Us IQ. Alright.
Pump charge jack on the red
2 powers, red flare fairy. That is enticing.
I fucked it up.
You missed the screw. Yeah, one thing that really helps when it comes to like aiming the screwdriver, something that a lot of people do, is whiplashing onto the enemy that you want to screw, right? Because as long as you're whiplashing onto them, you're following their movement. It's really easy to aim where your screwdriver is gonna go. Right? You know what I mean? I don't know why that was slow. But yeah. Something to consider. Because there, when you were attaching the screwdriver onto this mind flare, you kind of just try to flick onto it. Whiplash plus screwdriver, especially when you're at this much style, screwdriver is going to save you, right? You got to think, when you're at this much style, a screwdriver attach is going to bring you up to a new style grade and is going to get rid of all of the hard damage you would have taken from the whiplash. So it's a safe play. Trying to get the Maurice to kill the hideous mask? No, that's fair. Nice.
Sure. That somehow worked.
Very nice.
Wow.
The amount of style you get from that is just absurd. Where's the coin man when you need him?
Everyone should come here so that I can just Maurice everyone. Is no one here?
You see, like, I'm noticing what you're doing as you're pause spamming, and your movement is very labored when you're pause spamming.
The normal way, rather than fucking getting up in their.
I'm not expecting you to be flashy or anything, but I'm seeing the flaws already. That is so cool, though.
Let's wait a bit longer. What just happened? Hit someone. Is there a magnet? Yeah, there was a magnet.
This is such a unique way to play the game.
On land.
Oh dear.
No more magnet.
I mean, technically, you know, you didn't do the dumb thing that people do where they play in the center there and get blicked down by Maurice, so it's a good start.
Yippee.
And technically your strategy worked, but, you know, out of Providence to this wave, and now I want to know what you do in response.
Really? Just one of them?
It's something to do with sludge coining or whatever it's called, like cashless coins.
Sure. Come on, shoot him. Come on. Come on. We need to demonstrate this tech. Not even tech, it's just Mauricing. Basic Mauricing.
This is a bizarre way to play. I have not seen this. Your Cybergrind is very clean, though, I will say. No blood, no screen shake. This is a change of pace that is very invited. I'm cringing at this playstyle. I mean, you're killing enemies. Oh my dear. Yeah, you.
I just wanted to try if that actually worked.
Jesus Christ. This is so bizarre.
It's my first time doing that, but in like these
I know what the point of that was. It's just like
I don't know, easy waves. Sometimes I just decide.
you can do stuff like that, but you gotta remember if you're trying to like fight enemies into doing specific things, it's more often than not a lot more valuable to just kite them through oil. Like you get far more damage just walking them through oil. You know what I mean? This is what you should be doing more often, is just spraying oil on the edges of the map. But you don't, you know what I mean? If you would put another thing too, when you're in oil, you take damage. When you take damage inside of oil, you get iframes, and when you're in that little corner over there, getting hit by the oil can give you a lot. It doesn't also it doesn't take away it doesn't give you hard damage. I mean, so if you put oil down there,
I guess on an easy way we can. Anyway,
it's really valuable.
Something I buried. I have no idea. There's a magnet the whole time. Jesus. I'm gonna destroy it actually. I said, okay.
Going for the friendly fire, I see.
Boom.
Yeah, I think your main issue with the SRS is that you're using it at a range. You've got to be doing it in melee.
Sure. I guess. Like, sure.
Trying to do the one shot. Very nice.
Not even close to what I wanted to parry. I didn't even parry.
Ah. The screwdriver missed. Yeah, stomped by the insert. Yeah, if you go for the timeout, that also works on inserts. If you're trying to fire at a range.
Was about. Alright, time for some experimental stuff again.
Yeah, like, a huge consistent part of this map is that these guys will always spawn here, and like, this guy will always spawn here if he hasn't spawned for a couple waves. So it's like, you gotta rely more on your intuition for what's gonna happen, as opposed to
as unconvincing as that.
pausing, because you pausing makes me think that, like, you're not using your intuition for a lot of the plays you're making. You know what I mean? Like, there's always gonna be several Maurices that spawn here, and Sword Machines and Cerberus, and if you kill one of these Maurices, it kills everything, right? And then you can kill these guys really easily. So it's like, pausing here...
Odd. This is not what I wanted. Doesn't work with this layout, forget it. I wanted to see if I could ignore the Idiot's Mass. If there is enough enemies on this side, then I was wondering if it would be more optimal to handle that side first.
You don't gotta worry about optimal stuff on this specific map. The optimal play is always to go for the hill.
In one of my recordings for this.
Always go for the hill.
I don't know. 10 of these now? By now, I think so, yeah. The Cybergrind room. Anyways, it was just during that one I tried it as well. I learned that you need to check what attack the Idiot's Mass is doing, and I mean like constantly. Because if you don't, you just get hit by them. I didn't die that way, it was a stupid death if I recall correctly. Annoying.
Holy style, man.
Sure. No more eases, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a strategy. Okay, there you go. There's some fire starter oil.
Just open up already.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like, fire starter oil does the job so much better than just, you know,
I've been wondering.
trying to stay to one corner.
To play like even a longer game when it comes to the corralling if you have death catchers in the way. Like taking even more time to corral means you're gonna blow them up all at the same time, which should mean, like, hypothetically, like, no death catcher.
I mean, you don't have to spend that much time. You know what I mean? Like, if I know, like, okay, say this is the Cybergrind arena, right? I know this is generally. Let me try to make a shape. Right. This is the arena, right? Just this little area here, right? If I know enemies are going to spawn down here, but I want to play up here, this is what I do, right? And that's all it takes, right? And then when the enemies spawn in, they have no choice but to come through. And I can play inside of this oil, take less damage because of the iframes. And there's no real game as to how long I have to wait for all the enemies to show up. You know what I mean? The game is, I made the smart play knowing where enemies are going to spawn, knowing where, you know, like, I want to play, knowing how they're going to get to me, and that's really it, as opposed to waiting in one corner. Also, more optimal play is to play up here, by the way. This area up there. Because you don't have to worry about other enemies sniping you down if you're at the top.
Only thing I heard is a ferryman. At this angle I should be fine. I'm gonna handle a lot of the enemies. I just need to hit the ferryman. Spear. Over here. Sure. Great, yay, Meeper. My Meeper, Ultrakill's for Meeper. Why has no one made like a cover of that?
Yeah, your playstyle is so passive.
For the Meeper. My Meeper, Cybergrind's for Meeper.
It's kind of a problem that Ender had.
I'm not sure.
Similarly.
Yeah, let's chill.
Like here, you gotta judge where you're gonna play, you know what I mean? If you want to play here, you put oil here. But now that you're doing it later, you know what I mean? So now you have to wait longer. If you'd done it proactively instead of reactively, you wouldn't have to wait so long. And you would take less risks.
Kill the guy already. Why not just get my health like this?
Yeah, there's a huge lack of proactivity. And that is not good. You haven't nuked a single time. Nuking is generally pretty proactive.
Sure. How the fuck did that?
Very nice, Maurice.
Genuinely, what killed the what's it called, Gilderman? I have no clue. Okay, this angle's fine.
Yeah, I want to see how you play in the harder waves. Which wave are we on? 66. Radster Meeper first.
There's no one else. This is chill.
The fuck? What sniped the cannonball?
There's no one else.
Oh, the piercer.
This is chill. I just need you to come down. Please, just come down. Thank you. Are you not magneted? Oh yeah, that's what's happening. So wait, why did I say magnet?
Goodbye, Meeper.
I meant cabled.
Yeah, I mean, that there generally was the correct play.
That was a lot more aggressive than how I usually play.
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's like...
Literally, you said it yourself. That was a lot more aggressive than I usually play. Well, the aggressive play was the correct play. You know what I mean? And more often than not, I'm going to assume that you don't like to take the aggressive route. But it's going to be the correct route a lot of the time.
How you usually have to play in what's it called? special waves anyway. I usually end up having to switch quite a bit. Often into a more like pause scummy playstyle if there's like lots of air enemies. Like
Scummy playstyle. Rad, sir.
come on, just stay where you are. I need health.
Ooh, the lag.
What is happening?
You're not going for the double hammer boosts. Like, if you really wanted to play passively,
Getting any difficult waves now. So that is.
double hammer boosts are the way to go.
I do want this to actually be useful and not have fucking insert waves all over. I need a stupid wave like I don't know, insert rad flare, fucking rad power or some shit like that. Though honestly, I haven't seen any rad powers like natural rad.
Rats or insert?
Maybe I could just get away with only doing fucking magnet saw stuff instead. Right. How do we handle this?
That's another thing too. With this specific wave strat that you have, like, you get a lot of hit slow. I gotta go leave the stream. Alright, we'll take it easy.
This is what I was talking about. This is a difficult way.
Is that brutal? Yeah, this is
I'm
brutal.
probably gonna screw the rad flare.
Hey Brooklyn, I saw your video. I hope you're well. Yeah, thank you.
Or maybe I play in the middle, like the other waves with the Radsers.
You get a lot of hit slow.
No, I'm gonna play it a bit aggressive.
I'm shooting with the deer,
Only
sir.
on the Radsers. I've had bad experiences with trying to isolate them. Like, Rat Flare only, like, get offers.
You can use that.
Rat Flare. But it doesn't seem to work out that well. In my experience, I can't seem to pull it off. Alright, let's begin.
Bad flare, got it. Yep. Stuck the screw.
Positioning.
Have Maurice positioning. Yep.
That's not the one I wanted to fight. But I gotta get on stage now.
That's a good corner. You want to be in this corner. Ooh, that was huge. Yeah, this is a done deal wave.
You should be dead by now, yeah. Those Maurice beams, I saw them hit you.
See, playing aggro is definitely just like,
Oh,
it's way better in scenarios like this, especially with insert waves.
Using the pause there really helped. Like, I would not have known what to do had I not paused. I am a firm believer that pausing is not a sin. Like,
It is definitely a sin.
it's just like, I can't even.
Like, it all boils down to you hurt your ability to use your intuition in the game by pausing more frequently, as opposed to like just using, you know, like what like temporary, like what am I thinking? Comprehension of what's happening. You know what I mean? You need to understand. Okay, there are rules that each enemy follows, and how can they exploit each of these rules? What does an enemy have weaknesses of that other enemies have strengths in that can be used to manipulate that enemy? You know what I mean? Insers, when they jump, they can hurt mind flayers, right? Because mind flayers that teleport in the way of an insert while they're in the air get instantly killed and stuff like that. So playing aggressively next to the insert can often be a really great play, and using him as a source of style because he only attacks once every 3 to 4 seconds, and it's easy to read. And if there's Maurices around, the Maurices might blick down the mind player as well.
I'm gonna stay here because there's like good setup here, I think. What the hell?
Off the lag.
Mr. Flash 2x. That hasn't happened already somehow.
You're calling out bingo card spaces. It's so stupid.
Besides, it's 26 minutes in.
I didn't know about the sound things. I personally don't rely on the sound. I kind of just ignore inserts altogether.
Please note this is lighthearted.
But it is something that I'm just trying to give you more options, because some people do use the sounds.
Yeah, these things. I can't believe this is the run. This was not meant to be the run.
Wouldn't be as fun. I mean, fun is one thing.
Actually, I shouldn't jinx it. Let's pause and ponder. Go up. Fucking hell, really? At least I don't hear him anymore.
Yeah, they only have one way to come up here, and that's through here. They're not gonna go up there.
Not corral anyone. The way to corral on this map, the way I've figured it out.
Yeah, you want to be right here.
This is the best way to do it. They say that don't care about anywhere else. They just do not follow you. Look at this. Yeah, anyway.
Jesus Christ.
Doing that. No claw
Yeah.
shit.
1, 2.
Claw.
Wow, it took 2 seconds, and this sentry was already rooted. So fucking stupid. I hate that change.
I thought all of you died.
Hate it.
Sorry. Oh, there's another one.
I just ignore insers. CU shotgun alone,
This is the run, but only
I think was responsible for that change.
I'm not getting any powers.
For the aggression.
Insane wave like it's hitting again. They have stuff in the middle.
Yeah, this is one way to play, but
Actually, forget it.
you can get a lot more value if you're in the middle of all of these enemies.
I'm going here. I'm selling. I need healing.
Like, think of it this way.
Go off for 1 second and they
It's more efficient to start in the center of the arena, especially, well, on this one specifically. Starting, like, by these pillars, like, playing these 2 pillars for the most part. Because these Maurices, they like to spawn on the edges and on these little platform things. It makes it really easy to kill all of them at once with, like, a FUP or an RGC. Because the distance for all of the projectiles to travel is a lot smaller, as opposed to if they spawn on the corners and you play one of the corners, the distance for the projectiles to travel is a lot longer, which means that the distance for them to travel back to the Maurice is a lot longer, and because they have a spread, it will not hit them. So it's more effective to play closer to the center, where there's less distance for the projectiles to travel. It's a really weird thing, but it just happens to be true.
do that, but it's like the end of the wave anyways, like maybe I don't care.
This arena is a really nice arena.
Go when this happens.
Potentially one of my favorites.
Rat power, right? Sorry, rat chew, I think. I'm not sure. I can't tell from this angle. Oh, fucking hell. That's too fast. That's a rat chew. Why does that not look like a regular virtue here? Can't tell. But I need help, that's for sure. But I also need to kill that guy. I fucked it up. I need help like really quickly, and I need to be constantly moving, which makes it impossible.
We want to see how this wave ends up, but
I have rat chews. They are way too fast.
wave 77. Next wave is a special wave.
The Gutterman is the best way to heal. Whoops.
Oh my god.
That's exactly what I wanted to do. Definitely. Oh yeah, also I screwed by accident. It's not like a bind issue, I just straight up couldn't hit it twice. I thought I hit it, but no. Okay, let's pause and ponder. I've actually started going on autopilot now. Just oil and then stay low.
Kick a staircase one. You're gonna listen to me for 3 minutes if you stay here? Alright, I mean the wave's over.
It's an actual wave this time. Oh, and no starter. Rapier. Okay.
And
I am
classic Ferryman and Power teaming up, as per usual.
selling because of the Ratster. This is going to be really difficult.
Well, you got the parry. That's all that matters
I
here.
have I've used 1 rocket wheel by now. Spear. Spear means I can parry fast. Okay, now it's done. Now I need to know where the rad. Okay, he's there. He's far away.
Man, you really don't use audio cues.
Favorite thing. I'm just gonna screw him when he lands. Oh shit, that was close. I need to leave.
A lot of the correct plays, but like, you can do all this without pausing. Like, just use audio cues.
Overhead swing. I missed. I missed. I need help. Land. Thank you. Oh, what the fuck was that?
You gotta burn the insert. Oh well.
You. Straight up didn't see anyone. Oh.
Yeah, you really gotta pay attention to just audio cues. Because I sincerely doubt you're gonna get very far in regular waves. Where are we? 79. About here. We got a power.
This is fine. This is actually really fucking good. Like, that power is in a really bad spot. Like, he's not going to be seeing me anytime soon.
Up.
Fuck it, why? Sure. It turns out that doesn't really matter anyway. I get myself worked up over nothing.
Do you lag when you're not recording?
I hear you, I just thought I was too far away. Like, not too far away per se. Just not in your reach. Like, not in your reach. Keep finding the wrong words for what I'm trying to describe. I just thought.
Yeah, I don't like that. You can't tell if a Providence is radiance. Also, welcome back, Moonwall Z.
Keep going for these like things like.
I hate bounce pads. I hate this map so much.
Never mind. That. This is the horror thing. I don't like sentries. I just can't do them. Cloth, you gotta tell me. Cloth. I see your shorts. How? Actually, no.
Alright, yeah.
Okay.
What's the next one?
Again, completely chill.
84. How the fuck did I sentry not hit me? Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
This is beautiful. Oh my god, nothing. Oh, you're not the target I wanted to go for, honestly. I fucked that up. Let's
And
pause for a minute. I need to land is what pausing has brought me to the conclusion of. Or something.
I mean, I feel like pausing is gonna keep you
Be the worst player of all.
in this, like, what would you call it? Not submissive, but like,
What are we talking about? What sentry?
you kind of rely on it, you know what I mean? You rely on pausing,
There.
and it keeps you panicked if you're not paused.
That is actually horrible.
Like, you said that you struggle with panicking otherwise, and it's like, you're kind of perpetrating your own panic. Because none of these plays are natural, you know what I mean? These plays are planned.
Lag.
And if the plays aren't natural, of course you're gonna
It's so
panic.
hard. Oh wow, it's open. How long has that guy been open for? I gotta really check those things, honestly.
You lag when not recording? Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I feel lag sometimes too.
Who do we have? I'm too far up. Doesn't matter, not a special wave. Yeah. Oh fuck, I'm lying. I almost got quite
Let's see this.
funny. Nice. We got a difficult wave.
Yeah, by pausing, you interrupt your movement a lot. You were kind of relying on, like, wall bouncing.
I don't know if it's like any different event, like the spawning animation.
This is a rad power, I believe.
Now let's think. All I've seen so far is a rat sir, regular insert, rat power. How would I handle this?
I want to hear your
I
thoughts.
would just kill the rat power, I think, like with powerful.
You kill drones on brutal. They have severe ADHD. Just coins. I don't even waste time on anything else. Or
Going to be much
if I'm close enough to another enemy, just fuck, like, just using explosions on
I
myself.
will pause scum to get the timings right because I don't trust myself enough to like hit it.
See, you see what I mean?
After
Like,
this,
this is like a psychology thing.
Fucking jump with the slam.
You're, like,
This changes things.
forcing yourself.
Okay. We also have
You know, it's a rad power. It's because of the wave.
Huh.
Like, after, like, wave 86, they're
It
radiant.
still works. I think I still have to like quickly handle the rat power anyway. We Obviously, you're going for that attack. Spear. Okay.
Clutch screwdriver.
Stay like this, right?
Yep. Well, you gotta stay there, or else he's gonna follow you to your new location.
I don't know what's happening. Are you still screwed?
Yep.
Something's behind me.
See?
You're shot.
Now you have no
Oh
magnets.
my god. That's not how you do it. How am I not dead? Should have died there. Back blasting. I don't have any. Oh fuck. How am I here?
There you go. Now you got your magnets back. Oversaw is clutching up right now.
Huh.
Yeah, you got a really lucky dodge back here, by the way.
How am I not dead?
This insert that did its hit after you did this.
Back blasting.
Or a miss, I actually can't
How am
tell.
I not dead? Should have died there.
Yeah, the insert missed you.
Back blasting.
That is lucky.
I don't have any. Oh fuck. How am I healing? How did he die? I need to land. Huh. I guess that's a PB. I guess I hit 90. Oh shit. Yay. That was like a trial. They decided, like the Akita just straight up decided, yeah. No. No, I said I'm 90. That means I'm 90. Fuck off. Akita just decided to test me.
I see a parable thing and I parry it. I personally,
Well, I get to 90 still.
I only parry inserts if I'm really close to them. I don't like the long range parries,
Take
but
back at it.
also, yeah, thank you.
I need to handle this. Wait, that... Huh? I
There's-
thought that Rad Idol was for the
There's two idols.
hideous mask. Anyway, I can't see. Okay, then who's it for? Like, where is the Rad Idol for? Oh. Okay. Sure. Rad hideous mask. Let's see it.
Yeah, like, you spend so much time not doing anything.
Not built for me playing, like, okay. Huh? Rad something catcher. Some catcher of some sort.
Like, I want to go back.
This
Look how
one.
much time you spend not doing anything with your weapon. Like, right here.
Rad hideous mask. Let's see it.
Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You spend like a good 4 to 5 seconds just not doing anything with your weapon.
My computer
Because
is
you're
not
so
for me.
paralyzed.
Okay. Huh? Rad something catcher. Some catcher of some sort. Actually die. I think I blew it up now. Sure. I am fucking 1 million light years away.
Yeah, I mean, your downfall is going to be this
I don't
strategy.
want to hear any.
It only works for so long.
Negatively after this, by the way. It is not a sin. I will defend this with my life. If anything, it's just natural. It's what we have to do.
It's natural?
The state of Cybergrind.
I feel like it's the
The
opposite.
future of Cybergrind is in the pauses.
The future of Cybergrind.
It doesn't really matter anyway, does it? Yo. I'm having fun now. How was this run? Wasn't I fucking missing,
Alright, Rad Power, Radser, Meeple, Rad Fairy, Fairy. Jesus Christ.
chargebacks, like... We're probably getting challenged now. Yes, I knew it. Oh. Is that...
This is 2 powers.
I think Rad Power... Okay. 2 powers. Forget it. I'm leaving. Oh, fuck, never mind. There's a Radster. I did not notice the Radster. Power, come here.
Yep, you're running out of rockets here to ride. You need a stick of screw. You're gonna run out of style.
Spear. Oh.
That was a huge recovery.
I don't care. Take this, you say.
Man, I mean, they were just... You did definitely sell, but
I
like...
just had to focus better.
You were trying to turn all of those into 1v1s, when in reality, like, there were many, many plays you could have made ahead of time here. Like, playing so like this is fine. This is fine.
I did not notice the Radster. Power coming.
But leaving the Radster when you're surrounded by powers, that is such an interesting choice. Because, like, powers can only hit you, like, 3 times every, like, 4 seconds. You know what I mean? And a Radster can only hit you, like, once every 4 seconds or so.
Spear.
It's like the moment you land that screwdriver, this whole wave becomes easy.
That's one. I need to go up.
That parry was clutch, but...
I don't care. Take this, you say.
Yeah, you never want to engage, especially Rad Power. You never want to engage any power like head on with Glaive because they will always throw it above your head, and you will never be able to parry it. You need to always have distance on these guys whenever they're doing the Glaive attack. So I mean, that's just that really. You played this one wave very, very poorly. You knew what you were supposed to do with this insert. Like even if you didn't have to use a screwdriver, if you just stuck him with like the oversaw. With the amount of style you had going into this wave, you didn't need to slow play it. Being aggressive was the play. I mean, especially, like, you know, with these powers, like, you could have saved the screw for the Rad Power, killed the Rad Power, then the 2 other powers would have been a piece of cake. My mind just immediately goes to, yeah, go out and parry them whenever I think out. Yeah, but, like, that's like the slow play, right? You gotta think of it that way. That's the slow play. Is let me eliminate a threat that I can eliminate the quickest that doesn't rely on me being so close to the rest of the enemies, right? That's what your brain was thinking. But the fact of the matter is, in trying to do that, like, you limit a lot of your options. Trying to go back to the stage, this was a low density wave, all things considered. But you didn't take any preliminary courses of action to make, in case your plan didn't follow through, worth bouncing back from. You know what I mean? Sticking the screw, landing the oversaw on the insert, right? Getting him low so that if you wanted to take him on 1v1 and burst him down, you had the option. Or sending him on fire so that you have more healing if you come back to him, right? Sticking the screw into him so that you don't have all of the hard damage, right? These are all things that you need to train yourself to react to in the moment as opposed to pausing. Like, you paused and you knew what was going to happen here. But you still didn't make the right place because truly, like, planning will never repair your intuition. Planning will never cease the panic. And, like, although it may work on, like, you know, those common waves, that's because common enemies are easy, you know what I mean? Like, no one needs to tell you twice about, like, okay, I'm going to pause here. Maybe this place is the best place to corral them into. Explosion, most of them are dead, right? That's fine, right? But anyway, you should know those places off rip, like, by heart. Is it gonna be it? Is there gonna be another one? We'll probably do another one. Yeah. How many hours do you have, by the way? And another thing too, right? You said, like, when should I use the SRS? Like, at multiple points during this, that insert, SRS the insert. It falls down, and you just stick with the screw. Instead of taking the risk of using the screw on the power or anything like that. Like, sticking the screw in the insert, you have so many times during this wave that you can't do that. I don't know how I feel with my pause button anymore. I mean, I would say, like, don't just stop pausing altogether. Maybe if you want to, but just, like, really pay attention to how many times you feel like you need to pause. Like, play out a normal thing, whatever you usually do, but count how many times you pause, right? And think to yourself, did I really need to pause here? Because, like, I played through this specific scenario with the Gutterman and the Maurice and the Swords of Peach and the Cerber. I played through that specific scenario so many times at this point. Why do I need to pause? You know what I mean? I know I go to this part of the map, and I know I corral them here, and I know I explode them. Why do I need to pause to realize that they're all, you know, going there. Start with the common waves, you know, like taper off. There are times when, like, if your, you know, cortisol is up, right, you can pause and be like, okay, gotta relax, gotta lock in, the wave is just starting, and then boom, snap back right into it. Like, I sometimes do that, right? I'm sure everyone sometimes does that. Be sure to, yeah. I think I should go by. All right, we'll see ya. I will try to attend as much as possible for maximum Ultrakill learning. Of course. Sounds like addiction advice. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Is like this is so different from what everyone else does. But like I said, like it's so unsustainable on the higher waves. Like you just can't. There's too many variables. You need to make the most general plays. And you need to be able to respond immediately when those things happen. Because again, enemies are going to force you into positions that you need to be able to react to. Otherwise, this happens to you, right? What can you do?
That's one. I need to go up.
When you don't wait out the hard damage, first of all, I mean, it also helps if you backblast, like, away, right? Like, all of this Maurice, you have options of where you can go. Instead of backblasting this way and dashing this way, you can backblast this way, or this behind you this way, right? Which lets you wait out the hard damage and lets you, you know, make a better play according to that. But remaining so close makes it difficult to react to that. It's all these small things. But anyway, that's done. Got a ping. I think the biggest thing that made me realize this isn't a good idea overall is you getting speed boost by that rat player earlier. Yes, that's true. It's not always take the fight or don't. There are tertiary things, you know what I mean? You can take a fight while not engaging with them directly. You know what I mean? And with that rat player, you felt very pinned. You had to either leave or take the fight. But you can take the fight on stage, you know what I mean? Just fuck and, you know, do whatever other explosion things you want to do. But yeah. Is anyone here that wants to have the gameplay reviewed? Team, I'm just having 90% of my skill from your videos because I can't find any others that are good or just at all. Really? I mean, I don't know how many other Ultrakill educational videos are out there. Ultrakill Tech. I mean, there's stuff like this. Yeah, this guide is, I don't think accurate anymore. Oh, there I am. Jesus. Your Bracco, they aren't really... Oh yeah, Bracco, they aren't really... Huh. I guess so. You're at least 70% of the good ones. Ancient Awe guides, yeah. All these ones with the high views of... Yeah, this is probably my best one right here. This... Whoa! Why did this get so many views? Oh my god. I mean, God bless, but like, Jesus Christ. The other channels kind of suck ass. Well, W me. Ha ha ha. My next video is going to be a criticism video, actually. It's going to be about the faded weapon that currently sucks, and once conduction is fixed, is going to remain sucking. It is this one, right here. The Overheat Solid Blade Launcher. This thing is booty bun cheeks. Hold on. I don't like... You know what? I can restart. Fun fact. Let's get a couple things straight here. It does not add the conduction. Super fun fact. But on top of that... Hold on. It does add the conduction if you release it at low charge. Like, why? Like, why does that work, but, you know, Releasing it at max charge doesn't work. It's stupid. This weapon is ridiculously dumb. And on top of that, it's the only weapon that truly doesn't benefit from having the double damage bonus. Right here. If you... Right? It can do some pretty good damage on its own to like an enemy like an insert if you punch it, right? But... if you try to do it... you try to punch, it just loses all of its damage bonus because it hits a second enemy. It's the only saw in the game that truly has that weakness, where if the saw hits a second enemy, it loses the double damage bonus. The saw from the what's it called? The sawed-on shotgun, or you know, the sawed-on jackhammer, doesn't have that problem because it's doing most of its double damage in the first hit, and it can sometimes do it both, right? With Pachita boosting, like that, right? Like why? It's so stupid. It's the only weapon limited by that. Like, I mean, it's nice. 21 damage is nice. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's really nice. It's burning the enemies too. But overall, the weapon is just poorly designed. Oh, also, I think there's a bug currently where, yeah, the low charge saw when punched just completely ignores the loss of the double damage, which is really silly. And that's not even, like, ridiculous. Because you gotta remember, it only works on enemies that are on the floor. And, like, it only does that much, like, incredible damage on inserts because it inflicts burn. It only happens for 3 seconds total. It's just not OP at all. And it just makes me so upset that, like, the oversaw has to suck so much ass. Once the overnail is, like, back in business, there's very little use for the oversaw. No, once they fix conduction, I mean, like, conduction scales properly. Low charge oversaw is the way to go. Unfortunately, it is the way to go. It procs conduction on your jumpstart, and it doesn't lose benefits from the double damage thing. Yeah, it's just, like, for some reason, stupidly better. Also, it can burn more targets, technically. I think, however... let me just check something. I think it might bounce for less on its own. I mean, it's hard to tell, I guess. I'll do it here then. Right? And then if we can compare these two. I don't know how, if one of them bounces longer than the other, but we can test it out right now, I guess. This one should break 3 seconds early. Wow, they have the same life cycle. It's the exact same. There's literally no benefit to shooting a fully charged saw, period. It hits the same enemy multiple times. Who cares? You get the same amount of damage, by the way. You get the same amount of damage as if you were to it's the exact same. Very sad. Hello, it's Mystery Play. Do you like using a CE jackhammer? I don't. I mean, it's fun in a lot of ways. There are a lot of things that are fun about it. But I don't like that, like, when you have it equipped, the best play is always one of two things. You know what I mean? It's either that, or that, and those are the best plays. And if you're not doing those plays, you're basically using the weapon wrong, and that sucks. That sucks to feel. The core inject shotgun, the way you use it is so incredibly dynamic. It's just like, I don't know. You have so many more options. Yeah, I've been practicing that. It's really fun to do. Is there more of a reason for me to truly use the overnail over the oversaw outside of conduction? Because my main reason switching to the oversaw. I mean, currently they're fairly, like, I would say hand in hand. They have their niche purposes. But I'm always going to stick with the overheat because, like, I love conduction, and once conduction gets fixed, it's just going to be twice as good as it is now. Like, and if it's going to be twice as good as the current overnail, that means it's going to be twice as good as the oversaw. And that is sad. But oversaw has a niche. I mean, it's decent against ferrymen. I will say that. What situations are you using silver saws in right now? Blocking conduction. That's pretty much it. Or healing. It has some pretty good heal factor. My laptop's about to die. I'm gonna grab the charger. I'll be right back. Back. Waiting for that damn conduction fix? Yep. And the saw fix, too. Because look, the oversaw works perfectly well on bosses. You know why? Because most bosses, there's just one of them, and it doesn't interrupt that double damage bonus because it's not hitting two enemies. So buffing it actually wouldn't, like, buffing it wouldn't actually change how good it is in speedrunning, like, pretty much at all. It would only affect how good it is in other scenarios in the game, like levels or Cybergrind. How are you writing the core? I'm not writing the core. The core is just following my movement. Oh my god. Basically, cores, they follow your movement whenever you whip onto them. And you pull them directly to you. It's really hard to show unless you do a P boost and you trap it during hit stop. But like that. Yeah, it's really fun to do. Nice sleep. Good night, Brock people. Good night. It is a screaming. It's the bird from a meme. I love it. Yeah, one thing I want to emphasize. Hopefully, at one point, I'm really close to it. I think I'm ready to make a full overpump guide for the pump charge jackhammer. I think I'm actually like completely ready for it. I really want to start making those jackhammer guides because there's very little that I think there's left to discover when it comes to the hammers. I think we've kind of done almost everything. You know what I mean? I mean, there's obviously like this hasn't been talked about. which is really cool. Although it doesn't work because nails get fucking eaten by the floor. But it's theoretically really cool tech. Being able to impromptu nail bomb off of a Hyper Boost Chainsaw Detach. Time to combine all the tech into one, yeah. Yeah, that's really fun to do though. Love that. It's 2 5 damage hits and then a chainsaw. It's just like really, really cool. So are we doing another review? We just fucking around sandbox. I mean, I was asking if anyone wanted to sorry, hold on. If anyone wanted the gameplay reviewed, but I don't think there's anyone here who has gameplay submitted. Yeah, we've done like most of the ones up to this point. What is this? Let's just do this one. Fuck it. There you go. Let's do this one. Have you ever felt like you're starting to run out of ideas? I mean, sometimes I feel that way, but then I realize that I'm not. This is on standard? Alright. You gotta remove my silly voice pack on my next submission. Oh my god. Not exactly sure what that means. Fair amount of problems might be due to my playstyle. And one advice on two of the things I commonly do: coin flick, punch, flick, shoot for the style. Usually better at than I display here. A mid-air whiplash stomp, sometimes KB jump that I developed an addiction to during E-2. Are these practical in any way? We'll see. I mean, the flick punch, the coin punch into the shoot, that's totally normal. That's just where I think I got lucky. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, first of all, it is so hard to tell what is going on. My number one suggestion immediately would be to remove blood. I'm not sure if you know, but you can shoot a core and a primary fire at the same time. Interesting nail bomb. Going for the one shot. God damn. Yeah, actually, that's a nice thing about SRS nowadays. You don't actually need to charge it up anymore for 5 damage. SRS follows your movement now. It's a pretty significant buff. I wish I said that to what's his face. Yeah, not a single use of the fire starter here. Yeah, and again, like, okay, very important thing that you should know. When you're using the Korajik shotgun, well, you don't need to do all that, but you can release both the core and do a projectile boost, like, and shoot at the same time. So you can charge a core, shoot, and then release the core. You know what I mean? And you can do that every time you swap to the weapon. It helps to do a projectile boost, right? I'm sure you know how to projectile boost. And you can projectile boost and release the core. So you can charge up the core and projectile boost for 2 different explosions. It's really, really valuable. You should definitely start doing that, especially when you're corralling enemies like this. And if you want to just swap to the Korajik shotgun, like if you're doing a coin combo, you can instantly swap to the core. You can also, it's really hard to do, but you can technically, it's a lot easier if you, yeah, like that. If you throw multiple coins, you can swap to the core, frame 1, and shoot the core. But yeah, it's completely random. No, you can do it anytime. It's just really tight. It does help the hit slow, though. Yeah, I would personally recommend, if you're going to do like that quad coin thing, first of all, you do not want to be doing slam storage jumps into the sky. Lots of enemies will punish you for being super high away from the arena. Yeah, you know how to projectile boost. Projectile boost plus core is so much more damage than what you're pumping out. It's quite literally nearly double. Jeez. Yeah, you gotta find that idol. It's really hard to see the idol track in really bright maps like this. So I recommend darker maps generally. It illuminates death catchers, it illuminates stuff like powers, virtues. Just the really bright things are generally the more threatening things. That's why I don't really like this volumetric arena. This specific one. It's very bright. Black Skybox for the win. Truk. Interesting. Oh my god, I can barely tell what's going on. Yeah, you really got to use the fire starter. Jumpstart is not going to work on drones because conduction does not work on flying enemies. I say this a lot, but I'll make it clear just one last time. Alright, boss health bar, and put a bunch of things here. The conduction does not hit flying enemies, so drones are flying, they're not going to take any damage from conduction. Generally speaking, you just want to use your slab revolvers on them. Or coins. Those also work. Damn. Yeah, this is exactly why you use Firestarter oil. Firestarter oil, if you take damage from it, first of all, it's completely fine. Because again, you get iframes from being inside of the oil, right? Which is really nice, because iframes will basically protect you from hits while you're taking minimal damage from the oil. And it will also deal a lot of damage to ferrymen. Yeah, I mean, overall, if you could just kite the ferrymen through this oil while, like, attacking them with saws and stuff, like, they die extremely quickly. I think you're running triple nail gun, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you're running triple nail gun. I would super duper recommend running one saw blade launcher. It could be the attractor saw blade, or it could be the jumpstart saw blade launcher. Just use jump saw. Yeah, someone already suggested that. Yeah, jump saw is really, really nice if you're trying to get that jumpstart proc on an enemy like ferryman, because conduction will hit those enemies that are on the ground, and that will be huge damage. Because I don't know if you know, but hitting an enemy that has a jumpstart cord on them with the saw will speed up the cord and will apply more damage. So, like, for instance, if I hit this guy 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You're gonna take a lot of damage, but if I apply the saws beforehand, this guy will only take about 12 damage as opposed to this ferryman which took 14, right? So adding saws to a jumpstart cord will actually increase the damage that they take, as well as speed it up. Very, very, very important. That stuff will basically save your runs against these enemies. So yeah, that's that. I think that's going to be it for me. How are we feeling, everyone? Just in general. I have to ask, in your opinion, what Gabriel's harder? I don't know, probably 6'2". Doesn't he have more health? They're not very hard, though, for me. Pretty good stream? Yeah. Classic stuff. I already shot as many saws as I could into jumpstart connected enemies, but I didn't know it also increased damage. Yes, it does. The attractor saw blade also increases the damage. Always a good time. But both have 100? Really? No way. Maybe it doesn't feel that way because once you get him into the next phase, he takes half damage. Bro, why do you have to chase me around like this? Yeah, I always try to burst him down in that phase, so I never actually get to see what he does. It's onion. Yeah, I guess he does. Sounds about right. Rare gave you a 6-2 gameplay. It'd be one. Oh, right. Playing on Brutal, I forgot increases the health, so that's the disproportionate experience that I have. I never spawn in Gabriel in the sandbox. That's on me. Also, excuse me. Yeah, that's boring. Not so good, dude. I just P-ranked P2 on Violent. That's awesome. Why is that not so good? You can check my run with the one that meme with the. Okay, how long is it? Maybe we'll do one more. But which one is a meme with the thumbnail? Because a lot of people like to do memes with their thumbnails. Is it this? Yed? How long is this? Yeah, it's a bit long. We'll save you for next time. All right, next week, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just a bit tired. So I'm gonna go. This has been fun, though. Thank you guys for tuning in. Big preach on that. Yeah, come next week. I pretty much stream every day, every Saturday, 5 p.m. EST. Probably gonna find more days to stream if I can, but yeah, it's been fun. Goodbye.